Welcome to Anime Dive X. Today we'll be going over the top 9 romance rom-com anime of 2020. Romantic relationships are something lots of us are familiar with, and anime is no exception to that. Whether it be a cute high school crush or a blast from the past ex wanting to reconnect, anime romances have a way of telling the stories of these relationships in a fun and sometimes heartbreaking way. But one thing's for sure, we just can't seem to get enough of them. This video will look at a mixture of both romantic comedies and anime, along with the more serious and dramatic side of the genre. On with the list. Number 9. Sing Yesterday for Me. Now this anime might not be for everyone, as it's more on the dramatic end of the scale, and not exactly your lighthearted rom-com. Aired in April 2020, Sing Yesterday for Me follows the story of Riko Ozumi, a recently graduated college student who's become a little disillusioned with the world after failing to pursue his dream of becoming a professional photographer. While working at a convenience store, he bumps into his old high school crush, Shinako Morinome, which reignites the flame he once had for her. But as in real life, things can never be that easy. Riku finds himself stuck between pursuing Shinako, who's still in love with her crush who passed away at an early age, or accepting Haru Nanaka's feelings, a high school dropout who develops a crush on him and visits him every day at his workplace. Through a lot of soul-searching and a deep look at the intricate complexities of human feelings, Sing Yesterday for Me comes off as not only an interesting watch, but possibly a way to help those of us who might be struggling with letting go of the past, through its exploration of themes such as loss and unrequited love. Number 8. Arte. Arte Spalletti's one true passion in life is to become a master artist. The only problem is that it's the 16th century and she's a girl. When her father dies and she's left with a task to find a nobleman to marry to uphold the Spalletti name, Arte takes to the streets of Florence instead to try and find a master artist to teach her. But with no one believing that a woman can create fine craftsmanship, she is shunned. That's until a fine artisan by the name of Leo takes her in as his disciple. As these kinds of anime go, Arte finds herself torn between pursuing her dream of becoming an artist or giving it all up to be with Leo. Only time will tell what choice she makes. Number 7. My Next Life as a Villainess. All routes lead to doom. Katarina Clays is a typical stuck-up rich girl. She gets what she wants when she wants it, regardless of who might get hurt in the process. At least that's what her character is supposed to be like. After bumping her head, Katarina regains memories from her former life, where she was an ordinary 17-year-old otaku girl. She comes to realize that the world she is living in now is actually one of her otome games, Fortune Lover, and that she is the main villainess of the game. In order to avoid being either exiled or executed, Katarina must change the flow of the game. But in doing so, she ends up changing her own relationships with the characters. Will she get her happy ending? You'll just have to watch to find out. And with Season 2 set to be released this July, we can only wait to see what new mischief Katarina finds herself in. Number 6. Tonikawa, Over the Moon for You. When 16-year-old Nasa Yuzaki spots Tsukasa Tsukiyomi for the first time one snowy winter's night, he just can't help himself but to fall in love with her instantly. As he crosses the road to get to her, an oncoming truck almost kills him. Luckily, Tsukasa saves him. After running off to find Tsukasa instead of going to the hospital, Nasa exclaims that he would like to go out with her, only for Tsukasa to tell him that if he wishes to be with her, then he first needs to marry her. Nasa agrees to this wholeheartedly, before soon passing out. When he awakens in the hospital, Tsukasa is nowhere to be found, and he believes that he will never see her again. 2 years later, and Tsukasa appears at Nasa's apartment with a marriage certificate in hand. From this point on, the two must work together to get to know each other and make their marriage last. But with Tsukasa's mysterious background, who knows what kinds of secrets she could be hiding? Talk about love at first sight. Nasa sure does have his work cut out for him. Number 5. Adachi and Shimamura. Released in the fall, Adachi and Shimamura is a classic coming-of-age romance story between high school protagonists Adachi Sakura and Shimamura Hogetsu, two students who meet in their school gym room while they are skipping class. The story follows these two characters as Adachi comes to realize and understand her developing feelings for Shimamura. Although with Shimamura's naivety and obliviousness, Adachi is forced to draw the line between wanting to progress their relationship further and not scaring Shimamura off. The two constantly tackle new and difficult issues surrounding love and relationships, and with help from their friends Nagafuji Teiko and Hino Akira. This heartwarming anime is one that anyone can enjoy. Number 4. Rent a girlfriend. Pretty much everyone knows the heartache that comes with being broken up with. Most of us like to curl up with a big tub of ice cream and cry our sorrows away with some cheesy romantic films. Well, Kazuya Kinoshita went for a completely different approach. After being dumped by his girlfriend of 1 month and getting tired of wallowing in his own misery, Kazuya decides to rent a new girlfriend to make himself feel better. A beautiful girl called Chizuru Mizuhara. Finding her too inauthentic, Kazuya gives her a low review rating, causing Chizuru to break character and reveal her true self. But when Kazuya's grandmother suddenly falls ill and ends up in the hospital, Kazuya employs Chizuru as his girlfriend once more to help ease his family's worry about his love life. Trying to maintain his image to his friends and family, whilst also pursuing an actual relationship, Kazuya walks the fine line between being found out and humiliated at any moment and finding true love. This anime is definitely a feel-good romance, which will have you laughing along and rooting for Kazuya as he tries to get lucky in love. Number 3. Inspector. What's more romantic than hunting monsters together? Well, for Kotoko Iwanaga, it's the perfect way to get close to her senpai and all-time crush, Kuru Sakuragawa. As an 11-year-old girl, Kotoko was kidnapped by the gods and asked to become the goddess of wisdom, a mediator for the gods to go to when they had problems that they needed help sorting out. In agreeing to help, Kotoko lost both her right eye and left leg. 6 years later, Kotoko joins up with the reluctant Kuro, who is more than he first seems, to defeat the monsters together. But with the hopes of marrying him one day, she also sees this as the perfect way to get him to feel the same way. Between fighting monsters and dealing with Kuro's ex, Kotoko might be the one in need of help. Number 2. My teen romantic comedy, SNAFU, Season 3. After 5 years since Season 2, the long-awaited My Teen romantic comedy has finally come to an end with its 3rd and final season. And what an exceptional ending to the series it was. In this final installment to the series, we see feelings and relationship come to a dramatic climax as Hachiman Hikigaya must sort out his feelings once and for all about who he wants to be with. Add the fact that the service club has been asked to help put together their end-of-year prom. And things couldn't get much more complicated as all of the characters try to figure out what it is that they want out of life as well as love. Ultimately, Hachiman must make a decision, but who he chooses is up to you, so watch to find out. And finally, to conclude our top 10 video is the romantic comedy many of us have been talking about. That's right, Kaguya-sama is back and better than ever. This season we see Kaguya Shinomiya and Miyuki Shirogane up to even more of their crazy but hilarious antics at getting each other to confess their feelings. But with their position within the student council up for grabs, the two must work together and make sure that they get re-elected. Of course that's not going to be as easy as it seems, as new obstacles will get in their way. But maybe this is just the push they need in order to finally confess to each other. We can only hope so, and watch with bated breath as to what exactly will happen with our two crazy protagonists. Well, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comment section down below what you think of our list. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Anime Divex to stay up to date on all things anime. Tune in next time for our top 10 video. And if there's any videos you'd like to see us do, just leave us a comment below.